Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. This is a quote by Dan Zanger. Surround yourself with people who believe you can. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 64, NASDAQ up 24, S&P's up 11.5, gold contract up $1.70, trading at $1,196 an ounce. Silver up 12 cents at $16.06 an ounce. Platinum down $2 at $1,198 an ounce. $2 over gold. Interesting. Copper up 3.5 pennies at $2.90 a pound. Light sweet crude up $3.39, trading at $57.58 a barrel. Bonds. The 10-year is up 6 ticks at 126.22. 10-year rejected lower price again. Had lighter volume. Goes topside. 30-year, same deal on the 30-year. Up 23 ticks now after rejecting lower price. Has lighter volume. We're at 144.15, and that 30-year wants to get up and over the October 15th swing point. King dollar. King dollar is over its highs. Pretty amazing. It's up 344.48 ticks today. 89.82. What's amazing about that, too, folks, is that the metal market is not getting croaked, and King dollar is at all-time highs for the last 7 years. Euro down 61, trading at 122.26, and the yen is up 62 at 119.46. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? We have quad witching out here today. We already had the options on the futures expire at the open out here on the SPX futures. The S&P, the SPX right now is at 2074. The high is 2079. That's going to get tested, folks, I suspect next week. 3 days, bottom line has just come up from a price point of 1973, 100 S&P points. If we take a look at the SPY, what you have with the SPY, that baby wants to get tested up at the high also. Actually, the SPY is right at the high. The high is 208.47. We've hit 207.16. And what you do have in the SPY, folks, is also this. You are actually pushing on the weekly bars with volume. Yeah, the daily right now, there's some, well, here, let's go one by one. SPY is pushing on that swing point with volume. So that's saying, number one, you're going to get up to the swing point. Number two, it very well may bust the swing point. If it busts the swing point with volume, what you're going to see, that'll be an ABC up. That'll be a mind blower, but that's what it would be, because we came down last week with 700. Let's see, you actually get a lower low. Yeah, you're actually down with volume. So it's not an ABC up, even on the weekly. But you're pushing with the volume. You push with volume, bottom line, it can get higher. Dow Industrials. Go take a look at the Dow Industrials. What you have with the Dow Industrials is this. Dow Industrials right now are at up $65, 17,843. That had 991 as the high, so that baby is another $150 to get up into that level. Nasdaq Composite. We take a look at the composite. Composite right now is at 4772. The high is 4810. And what we will have coming into the close now, it looks like the composite won't have the juice behind the move. Well, no, that's going to have it too. Well, it's going to be big volume here. We're already at 1.6 billion rather on the NASDAQ Composite. On the NYSE, you're at 924 million. So that means the NYSE is going to come in at about 1.5 billion. We're going to take a look at the gold contract. Gold contract. Now, this is even with the dollar at highs, which is pretty impressive. Gold contract sideways move out here today. Really hasn't done anything. We're at 1196.30. Bonds. The ever-ready bond market, folks, just refuses to back off. The 30-year bond, the 10-year bond, first off, got down to 126.09. Had volume of 710,000 contracts, which is really light. Rejected that lower level. That's saying, number one, you're going after the swing point from Tuesday, which is 128.12, and I suspect what we're going to have here on the 10-year, that hasn't hit the 30-year yet. The 30-year is the 129.28. I mean, October 15th, rather. The 30-year. Now, the 30-year had already gone up, tested the high. That was a 100% move of a move. And the 30-year, folks, is set up. This is going to be a mind blower because the 30-year looks to be set up to get into the 155 area. Right now, we're at 144.14. That came down today to 143.03. Has 220,000 contracts, and that's dramatically lighter volume, coming into a swing point, rejecting the swing, getting back inside a range, and that is saying that rates are going to continue to go down and higher prices going up. Now, the 10-year is at 2.169, which is just a total mind blower. So that means that if you're out there getting mortgage money, you should be getting mortgage money at 3.95 or 3.9. Nice deal. It's going to get cheaper, but bottom line, I wouldn't be waiting for it to get cheaper. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Some of the high-volume stocks in this market. You have Bank of America right now up 11 cents. You got Facebook up $1.42. Transocean Rig is up 148. You got Wells Fargo down 41. Allied Financial is up 62. The government's out of Allied Financial now. We take a look at some of the Dow stocks. This is what you have in the Dow stocks. American Express is flat. You get ExxonMobil up 165. 3M is up 18. If we do go over to that oil contract, you're going to see what you have with oil is this. The headline news numbers that oil is up 5%. Big deal. It's like oil has crashed, folks, okay? You're going to get some dead cat bounce out of this. 5% is $3. Oil still can't get out of its way. The low out here in this contract today was 54.42. The high was 58. Right now you're trading out at 57.89. That's after coming straight down from 101. You know, oil's going to need a lot more juice to get up and over the trading of the last few days. It absolutely has no juice today. You know, even though it has the price going for it, but the juice just isn't in there. Yesterday, what you had is this. We did a price spread yesterday of $5. We went from 59.04, ended up closing at 54.36. You did 454,000 contracts. Today, you only did 340,000 contracts. It's trying to get up into that level once again. We go to the XLE. Now, the XLE had come down hard. You're getting a nice bounce off the XLE, but that's a dead cat bounce. XLE had come down from $100, went into 72, 74 rather. No, 72, 72.51. And then what you had is this. You get off the low. First day, Wednesday it did 62 million shares. Not bad. Thursday, 52 million. Today, you're at 31. What are you doing? Bottom line, you're going into 69 million. That's a dead cat bounce. That little baby, you know, can, yes, get up to like 82. 82 would be a beautiful short position, actually. But that's all that you have happening with that. That's XLE, that's a market that went down in an incredible sense and is getting a bounce going. If we look at the largest weighting structure inside the XLE, it's ExxonMobil. And what ExxonMobil had done, it was going down to test the October 17th lows. That had 105 million, and we just tested that with 117 million. So what that means is that it's going to be back down at those levels. Pretty intense. That's the first part. The second part is actually larger, and what the second part would be is that what you've done now is you've opened up for ExxonMobil to get down to 79 because you've come down twice. So the first time was October 15th. You come off a high of 104. You get down to 686. Monster volume, 105 million. It does a counter-trend bounce, goes from 86 up to 97. At 97, you have 50 million. So watch. You get down with 105, you go up with 50. See ya. Don't want to be ya. You come back down from 97 to 86 with 99 million. This week you get to a lower low with 117 million. What that is doing right there is that is building more cause to break through this whole level and to get down to its next trading level, which is at 77. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow Industrials up 75. NASDAQ up 26. S&P's up 12.5. You have gold up $1.30. Silver's up 12 cents. Bonds, you get the 10-year up 6 ticks. 30-year up 22. We're going to be right back, folks.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details, and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Check out the new look of Tiger TV. Now you can see all hosts, charts, and computer screens live in high definition. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rose, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV. Now, crystal clear in high definition, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't seen the new look of Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials are up 85, Nasdaq up 27, S&Ps are up 13. And folks, if you get the gold report now, you want to get the gold report in the next year, you're interested in the metals market, this is the last 2 days that we're doing the 60 for 600 promotion at TFNN. What that was all about was I just did the 660th gold report, 12 and a half years. You can get 60 editions for $600. That's half price. It's only $10 a week. If you take advantage of that, you also get the Art of Time in the Trade, my book, an autographed book. That's an $88 value. You can check it out on the front page of TFNN. That promotion is good till this Sunday night, and that's it. Let's go over to the commodity market. We take a look at natural gas. So natural gas broke down out here today. You're at $3.51. And if we take a look at this, what you'll see is that, let's see if we get... Yeah, okay, so natural gas, I guess we don't need gas at this particular point because this is ABC structure on the way down. So the most conservative number to use on the A would be 449. The B is, oh, that's a big one. Holy cow. Okay, yeah, 449 to 360. So you get $1.10, which would get you $2.90. And we're at 350 right now. So let's bring this back. NG1. So now we'll bring this back to 290 and see. I'm going to put this, I just went from the trading contract, folks. Now we're going to put this on a continuous contract. What happens with the continuous contract is this. The characteristic inside the volumes are not the same, meaning they're not accurate. You don't want to depend on them. What is, though, what you're looking for there is that where is the next swing point on the way down? And you know, I think we were 290. Next swing point is at 310. 310 from August of 2013. But what that does open up wide is 270. 270 was 232. 232 to 240. So what you have is this. 2009, that was 240 was your low. So bottom line is that... evidently, whatever has happened in the gas, we either get a lot of gas or we're not using as much of it as we have been using. Crude oil, gasoline does a dead cat bounce. If we go look at gasoline just for a second, you're at 159 with gasoline, and that still can't get out of its way either. You know, gasoline's going to get cheaper. Gasoline right now, yesterday you had 39,000 contracts. Today you only have 31. That's not enough buying in order to push that baby into higher price. The copper market, let's go take a look at copper because copper trading at 288 right now. That's down from 330. Copper's going to need more juice too. No doubt, need more juice. Let's go to Albert in Orlando. Hey, Albert, what's going on?
Hey, doing well.
Good, man. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Oh, no problem.
So you'd like to look at GE?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look at GE. You got the lows 23 for the year, the highs 28. Okay. So bring this back a bit. So do you own this? Are we looking to buy it? What are we doing here?
Actually, I own it.
Okay. So GE's been in a consolidation, you know, for a year basically. What you just did here, though, is that you just got to a lower low at 24 bucks, and it has higher volume. So this is the October. What has happened, folks, is this: some of the equities tested the October 15th lows. Some of them took them out. Some of them just tested, had lighter volume, heavier volume. In GE's case, it has heavier volume. So you're going to be back down there. You know, this 2369 area, it's not done yet.
Okay.
You want to be careful with this, man, because that is on a short-term basis. It is, well, it's nice. It's paying a 3.5% dividend, so you know that's you're getting paid to wait, which is good. Where a larger problem comes with GE, though, right, is that what's sticking out like a sore thumb is like $17. So, you know, GE hasn't been able to basically get any traction. And on a fundamental basis, what has happened is that they went into the oil market just, it seems, at the wrong time. Let's put it that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been watching it a long time as well, and it just seems like it's been playing around that $26 top and bottom of it.
Right, right. And it's been staying in that range. That's, you know, the range here has been 24 to 27. You know, but what does happen is this. So let's picture, you're going to get a bounce here. You get the bounce going, right? One of the confirmations that you can get for a probability that's going to go back down to the bottom again is that as you start getting back up to the $26, right? See, the first time we were up there, you were up there with 36 million shares. Then you got up there with 28 million shares. If you're up there again and it actually has less shares than that, then you know that, hey, man, you know, down at the bottoms, you get 77 million shares and you get 65. That's where it's going.
Okay.
Okay, man. Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Let's go to Nabel in Atlanta. Hey, Nabel, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How you been?
Awesome.
Good, man. Good. So, great Panther, right?
Yes. I got some at like 70 cents, like about, I guess, a week ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And it seems like it dropped, even below the 65 cents, like below that we've seen before.
Yeah, so check this out, folks. This is an equity that there is no doubt that is driving a lot of people crazy, including me, right? So, watch this, what you have here. Particularly today, I was going to send over to Bob Archer, who's the CEO. I mean, I know Bob really well. Like, okay, who's trying to hand me a stock, Bob? Okay, because what you have is this intraday, you know, and I'm trying to figure out, are they going to do a secondary? Because when you get a stock that's hammered like this, and folks, it's only down 12 cents, okay? But what you have is that the downdraft today was pretty quick. The last sell on this, okay, was pretty intense, meaning at just, 20 minutes ago. You know, someone just sold into it from 66 to 61. Now, that being the case, okay, so picture this. This is an equity that trades at 62 cents. It has a market cap of $87 million, right? That's it. That's a small market cap, right? And it takes in, folks, $54 million. You know, it's like, okay, so is there something wrong with the stock? I don't think so, okay? But I'm just bringing all of this up because I love this stock. That's the bottom line. And I'm not in love with it. Just the way that it's set up, it's like, okay, this baby wants to get higher, but someone wants to accumulate it first before it gets higher. Because everything inside this equity is telling me, number one, it wants to run up to the swing point of 140, which is the July of 2014. But this is one of these equities that has a high volume high at the 545. It's at 549, I think. Yeah, 504. So it's like, man, you know, and then on top of that, what you just had is that you just had one of the directors turn around and buy 450,000 shares last week with cash. It wasn't a, you know, here, just stay with us for a second, Nabel, okay?
Okay.
This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrial's up 82. Nasdaq's up 29. S&P's are up 13.5. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization optimization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with Nabel from Atlanta. We're talking about Great Panther Silver. Great Panther Silver does a lot of business in Mexico. Have a couple of great mines. The low for the year is 56 cents. The high is 149. And when we take a look at this, you know, this little baby has been trying to get up. It's had a few different signs of strength, and each and every time someone comes in and basically sells it away. Now, Nabel, what happens is that, and this is when I saw how this was trading today, okay, I'm saying to myself, okay, is there a secondary that's going to come out? And what happens, folks, which is just pretty amazing, inside the banking business in general, is this, is that as, particularly, you know, well, they do this to all stocks, but you see it much more in the smaller stocks and in the mining business in general. If a secondary is going to be coming out, right, as the board, or, you know, who's ever, Bob Archer, he's the president and CEO, as he's negotiating a deal with the banking structure, right, guess what? If they're doing a secondary, many times they sell against the stock even before the deal is done, which is pretty sick. But the way this is trading out here today, someone's selling against the stock. That's the bottom line. So.
Okay. So just sit tight for the time being. I have it for now in the portfolio. Just
I would. I can tell you, we got stopped out of this in the gold report last week for the second time. And I can tell you 2 days ago I bought it again. I didn't buy it in the gold report yet, but I bought it personally, because when I'm looking at it, I'm saying to myself, hold it, man. Everything is set up specifically for this equity to go higher. And that's why, I watch it closely. But today's a mind blow, I'll tell you that. There's no doubt about that, man. It is. That's what it comes down to. So. All right.
Okay. Excellent. Happy holiday to you and your family and everybody in TFNN.
You too, Neville. Thanks so much, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Dow Industrials, let's see. It's not that we're at the highs just yet, but we're right next to them. The SPY, though, it looks like the SPY will actually get over that high. The SPY right now is at 207. No, it's 208. Yeah, no, I guess it's not going to. Not yet, anyway. But what you will get is that you're going to be pushing into the highs, and you're going to be pushing into those highs with volume. That's the bottom line on a weekly basis. And you can see how weekly basis what changes. Even though we came down, we came down in the dailies, but when you get that turnaround, well, guess what? That whole bar. If you happen to be watching Tiger TV, I'll bring this up for you and show you how this shakes out. This whole bar is pushing into the swing high and pushing into that swing high with volume. The swing high out there is 208.47, and when you push into something with volume, bottom line, that wants to basically break that swing high. We go over, Apple can't seem to be getting any traction out here. Apple, bottom line, even with Christmas here, with the holidays here, 51 million shares flat market. Apple can't make it by the downdraft it had out there from 119 to 111. Amazon, we go to Amazon. Amazon starting that 1 hour delivery packaging in Manhattan. Amazon wants to run to 284. You're at 300 right now. What was surprising, was Google. Google's come down pretty hard too. It's up $5 today, which is 1%. But Google's down from like 600, well maybe 700, but it's down from 606 just in the last 3 months. And Google, bottom line, it's a high volume swing again. Google is one of the equities that broke the October 15th, 16th, 17th swing point. Got below it substantially too. That was 518. Google got down to 497. We're coming back up into that area again. That, I suspect what you're going to have there is that a good old dead cat bounce. IBM is still the dog in the Dow. How inherited is performing now, man. Unreal. So IBM gets to a price point today of 160 and can't even hold 160. And it'd be 160.50 is where it broke into the lower range. It had 8.6 million. Right now, you're going into that range with 6.3 million. Tesla, TSLA, that was another high flyer out here. Tesla, 291 down to 219. Now, let's go over to the IBB. So, what we had out here, the IBB today is up. This is the iShares Biotech Index. The low for the year is 207. The high is 319. We're right at the highs once again. Actually, over the highs. The high was 316.80. You're 318.76. And you're short on volume, but that means it's going to go higher because you are over this period. And what you have is that if we go look inside, there was let's see, where's the IPO that came out today? I'll get this IPO. There was a biotech IPO that did come out today that got some monster traction. And where's Caviar? I'm going to have to bring it up the next break, folks. Bottom line, though, is that this biotech index, you want to keep your eye on it. The reason being is that, thank you, appreciate it, Bill, Juno. Juno is a clinical stage biotech company That little baby is up $12 right now at $36.15. And you talk about this at the beginning of the week, folks, okay? This is how bullish this market is, actually, meaning that people will buy anything just to get their hands on it. At the beginning of this week, this was going to be done, I believe, at, let's see, it opens at 39. The IPO came off at 24. They were looking at the beginning of the week to do the IPO, 9 million shares, I believe it was about $15. They end up doing, I believe, 11 million shares. So it's cancer therapy straight out of Greek mythology. The treatment called chromatic androgen receptor, or CAR for short, has captured the attention of the biggest drug companies and became a hotbed for technology startups. It's a fire-breathing monster. This is wild. Okay. A fire-breathing monster with a lion's head, a goat's body, and a snake's tail. It may offer the best chance for patients like toddler to beat acute leukemia. Investors have poured money into these firms, including Seattle-based Juno Therapeutics, which started trading today at a $3 billion valuation, leaping as much as 64%. CARs are engineered T-cells, modified versions of the assassins the body normally deploys to identify and wipe out infected and abnormal cells. The human-made versions are produced by inserting a gene sequence into a T-cell, which allows the T-cell to recognize the tumors and attack them. Wow, this is pretty cool. Children who relapse after treatment for all, the most common childhood leukemia, have had some dramatic responses, with early signs of cancer disappearing up to 90%. This is pretty cool. So they put a cell inside your body, and that cell attacks the disease. A year ago, Andy and Margie Oppenheimer of Portland, Oregon, thought they were going to lose Greta, diagnosed with all of the disease. Diagnosed with all before she was 4 months old. Greta had severe reaction after a bone marrow transplant, the standard treatment for children. She was on a ventilator and dialysis. Her lungs were filling with fluid, and her parents were considering end-of-care life. A brief recovery was followed by a relapse in March. It was awful, her mother said. We were debating stopping treatment because we had just put her through so much. It was put her in hospice or give this a try. The family moved to Seattle for 7 months, enrolled Greta in a trial at the Seattle Children's Hospital, and waited to see her genetically enhanced waited to see if her genetically enhanced T-cells would grow. The therapy itself was very gentle, Maggie says, like day and night compared to Greta's early days of chemotherapy. Within a couple weeks, doctors could find no sign of the cancer in her bone marrow. Oh, man, this is a trip. Today, Greta takes no medications for cancer as a happy 22-year-old baby, a busybody who gets her hands onto everything. This is pretty intense. This is so cool, folks. Just to recap what that's all about, all right? So what Juno does is they make, and it's funny, if you remember the beginning of the statement here, a fire-breathing monster with a lion's head, a goat's body, and a snake's tail. Bottom line is that what it is they put some kind of I don't know if it's a hormone. They put it. Oh, I see what they do. They insert a gene sequence into one of your cells, and that cell recognizes the tumors and attacks them. That's what it does. You gotta love that, man. Good old USA, folks. It's a beautiful thing. That I can see. That is really dynamite. 877-927-6648. Dow Industrial's up 65. Nasdaq up 29. S&P's up 13. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Don't forget, folks, if you have an interest in the gold market, the silver market, this is the last weekend that you can take advantage of 60 editions for $600, half price of the gold report, right on the front page of TFNN.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders, take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN has just announced a special sale for the Gold Report for a limited time only. To celebrate the 660th weekly issue of Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, that's more than 12 years, TFNN is having a special one-time sale. Right now, you can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report, that's 14 months, for only $600. We're offering Tom O'Brien's dynamic weekly newsletter at only $10 a week, half off the regular monthly price. By taking advantage of this special offer, you also get a signed copy of Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, an $88 value. The Gold Report is published every Tuesday and provides subscribers with Tom O'Brien's expert commentary on the industry, as well as detailed information on a variety of mining equities. This offer is valid for current or new subscribers, but is only good through this week and ends this Sunday, December 21st. Lock in the low rate of only $10 a week for the Gold Report by placing your order at the front page of TFNN.com today.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. We get the Dow up 43, NASDAQ up 24, S&P's up 11. You can get ready for some volatility coming into these last 12 minutes, folks, of the trading out here, because you're going to have option expiration happening. The first little blip just happened. It's like, I'm not sure. I can go over to the Dow for a second, but what they sold down, but the Dow just went from up 85 to up 47. Not that that's a lot, but means that something inside the Dow, they just sold down. Now, the winners inside the Dow are putting the Dow up today. You got Chevron up $3.34, ExxonMobil's up $1.98, DuPont's up $1.32, and General Electric is up 40. Taken away from it and pushing it down, you get Nike down $2. At $94, Intel's off 53 cents, United Technologies down $1, and you got Coca-Cola down 41 cents. If we do go over to Nike for a second, let's take a look at Nike, because Nike has had a great run, number one, but those are great numbers. It's like, well, why are you selling it down? Yeah, it's not bad. So Nike, they sold it down to 92, or rejected that level. Yeah, Nike still wants a higher price out here. We go take a look at the Coca-Cola. That's a laggard out there right now. And interesting. So something's going on with Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola can't handle the highs that have been generated out here. It's at the highs, but this doesn't want to stay at highs. And a lot of these can get a lot lower. We go look at Intel. We take a look at Intel. Intel also is rejecting higher price out here today. United Technologies, UTX. That just got to its high, gave it up on price. Now, Microsoft was the leader out here yesterday, and MSFT, what we have with Microsoft, she's slightly high, no big deal. One of the stocks that did take off, got earnings, took off, and had some juice behind it was Oracle, folks. Oracle took off big. Took out a B point, took it out with volume. So your A point on Oracle is 37, your B is 42. That's $5. That gives you a 40. That's way over that right now. That was 40 A to B equals C to D. It looks like Oracle has overtaken everything swing point wise, and swing point wise is going to have volume. Let's see, we did 257 million. Oh no, it's not. It would have been a sweet ABC structure on the way up, though. It just doesn't have enough volume. Price, it has the price coming down the pike, but the volume is just not there. We take a look at the E-minis coming into this close out here. So we have with the E-minis is this. The high of today is 2076. Right now you're at 69, and we'll see if they're going to try to bring this down into the 5.9 area. Be really intriguing if they do. Even if they do, what you would have is that you would have a test of the highs of today once again, because what we're going to have is that you're going to have some juice now at these highs. We're already at 1 billion shares in the NYSE, and you're going to get a slew of trading right at the close. And we have 2 billion shares on the NASDAQ composite. Now, they're selling it down. There's no doubt they're selling it down. Someone's either covering or selling it down. Let's go to our man, Charlie in Framingham. Hey, Charlie, what's going on?
Merry Christmas, Tom.
Merry Christmas, man. How you been?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
It's always great hearing your voice, Charlie. It's so cool, folks, okay? I mean, Charlie and I really know each other really well, and it's a beautiful thing. It's been for years. And yesterday morning, I listened to TFNN, of course, all day, right? And yesterday morning, I hear voice early in the morning. I say, hey, man, that's Charlie. Charlie's growling and prowling out here early in the morning.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you. Hey, anyway, seriously, I hope you have a great Christmas. I'm sure you will, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the rest of a couple of days off, right?
Yeah, it's going to be great. I love the holidays, period. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? It's a good time of the year, man, period. Every day is a good time of the year. That's the reality, but it's always nice having a few days off. I can't believe, and we are going to be open the day after Christmas, folks, but I can't believe, I just realized that we got to work the day after Christmas and the day after New Year's. That's going to be a trip. Anyway.
Oh, I thought you'd have it off. Anyway, rather than take up a lot of time, UCO, I'm in it a little bit below, a couple of cents below where it is now. bought it a few days ago, and I'm just wondering if I should bail or I haven't seen the chart today.
Let's take a look. You get UCO, it's up $1.25 today. This is exchange traded fund that seeks the daily investment results that correspond to 200 the daily performance of the benchmark. So if it goes up, it's going to go up 200%. If it goes down, it's going to go down 200%. I'd stay right there, Charlie. I mean, this is going to at least test, you're going to get a little more of a bounce out here. You're 1207, 1254, you know, you might even get $16 out of this thing. You know,
okay.
Oil itself, I mean, and just have fast fingers on this, because the way that oil is trading, though, it's having a hard time. Well, you know, the juice is that it's up 5% today, but oil should get some kind of a bounce. You know, it's going to be a slow week next week. So what you have in a slow week, folks, is that most of the time in a slow week, you're going to have folks that want to push it up rather than push it down. That's what it comes down to, because you get illiquid markets, and I suspect that's what you're going to get, particularly after it's gone down so dramatically, man. So I'd stay in a few more days, man.
Okay, then get a stop in there, of course.
Yeah. Hey, listen, what's the weather like in Boston?
Right now, it's dry, no rain. It's 35 degrees.
35. Oh, so it's cold, man. You know what's so crazy? You forget that it gets cold up there. I forget that it gets cold, period. You know what I mean? I do. It's really weird, man. But I know. Pretty sick.
Well, that's why you left here.
Yeah.
Have a great one, Tom.
You too. And one of the tigers in the den, my man Jay wants to know, did he hear a bull coming out of me? He didn't. Sad but true. Pretty sick, I know, folks. There's no doubt about it, man. It blows my mind, actually. But life in the city. You know, but what I do think is that, yeah, we're gonna have volume on the weekly, and what volume on the weekly means is that coming into a short week next week, they're gonna be pushing these highs. That's what they're gonna have. They're gonna be pushing them around. And all I have to do, you know, it's funny. I'll tell you this quick story. In 2000, I remember this so well, that if you hear over the holiday season that folks are screaming because they sold any stock and they only made so much money, that's what happened in 2000, and that was my fundamental heads up that the market was over. You know, technically I felt it was over like 4 or 5 months before that, but the reality, that was the reality. As soon as I heard people screaming that they couldn't believe that they sold something, it went up further. That was the end of it. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks, because coming up next hour, me, Dave White, we're going to be growling a problem with you out here. And don't forget, if you want to take advantage of the gold report, you can do that. 60 editions for only $600. That's 50% off. You also get the Art of Time in the Trade, $88 value, free. We're going to be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Got our man, Mr. Dave White, our technology expert at TFNN, growling a problem with us out here. This quote is by Andre Guide. Be faithful to that which exists nowhere but inside yourself. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We get the Dow Industrials up 26, closed up 26. NASDAQ up 16, S&P's up 6. They sold it off at the end fast and furious, man.
It was. That's
option expiration's a trip, man, isn't it?
Are you sure this was triple or quadruple?
This is quadruple.
Okay, I thought it was triple.
It was quadruple today. You had the options on the futures at the open. So we had ES. If we just look at this, you got to watch this little sell down. So the sell down on the S&Ps, folks. We're on. You know what's amazing? We're on 2015 right now.
It always takes that first month of the year to start writing 2015 on your checks.
It does, man. It does. And so it's even not that bad, actually. But we sold down from the 76 area to 68 right at the close, last 10 minutes. Gold contract closed at $11.94. You had silver at $16, platinum $11.97. Copper was up 4 pennies at $4.90. Oil was up $3.82 at $58.17. The bond market, folks, the bond market continues to say that the S&P is going south. I mean, if you look at there must be just a button on me that just keeps getting pressed.
Well, I mean, if you bring up TBT or the TLT,
Yeah.
I mean, they tested their volume perfectly, didn't they? And it basically hit their things and turned around, and that was, I mean, you got a little movement out here today, but the way I look at it, that thing went into that spike high with no volume, right?
Right. But now it just went into it pulled back to the rejected lower price with no volume.
Yeah.
Let's say it's going to blow it away.
Think it goes sideways till the first of the year?
Oh, the first of the year, maybe.
Yeah.
But what you have, so what Dave and I are talking about, folks, is this. If we look at the 10-year first, right? A TYH, okay? We look at the 10-year. Whoops. Oh, don't kill that on me. Okay, TY. We look at the 10-year first. This is what you have. The 10-year, October 15th is your benchmark. So October 15th, the high in the 10-year is 129.28. We got to 128.2012. You did that with 1.6 million contracts. We just pulled back with 1.2 million, which was going into 1.4. You got a lower low today with 700,000, and that was it. That's like you're going back to the highs. That's the first take. That's telling me the 10-year is going to go after the October 15th. The 30-year, when I look at the 30-year, that was 100% move, so I wasn't expecting that 30-year to take it out the first time up. Then that would have spiked like that anyway. What blows my mind is that it even got there so quick. Because the spike on the 30-year, that October 15th went to 140, went to 146.
Yep.
That's like unheard of. So we got to the 146.19 again, and that was 3 points over. And, as Dave said, it's really lighter volume, But that's what you got to expect when you just went nonstop from 139.
Yeah.
So now what I'm looking at is that every day that we came down, folks, okay, we were coming down with lighter volume. Today was dramatic. We did 234,000, which is going into 500. Rejected lower price. Is like, okay, man, is that a small ABC up to take it up to 155? That'd be a mind blower. Now, if you're getting mortgages, folks, now's the time to do them because the 10-year is at 2.166 right now. So that means that a 30-year mortgage, you can write them all day long at 3.95, 3.9. That's pretty intense, no doubt about it. The tricky thing out here is this. King dollar is at highs now, and they didn't smoke the metal market. So check this out. So if and it closed at the highs, folks, okay? So that's almost saying that King dollar could make a surge here. I mean, look at this. The high of the December 8th was 89.78. Well, we closed at 89.84. It's like, man, are you going to do another ABC structure on the way up? And if we go over to King dollar, and in fact, I think you were saying this last time we brought this up. You thought it was going to go to the high.
I think 92.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so we bring this up. Let's bring this up. What we're doing is we're bringing it up to the continuous contract, and where Dave was looking was, we were looking at the 2005 highs.
Yep.
What King dollar had done last week is tested the 2007, 8, and 9, and basically couldn't handle it. But
if you're in another country right now, if you're in Russia and you haven't got your cash out already,
right?
If you're in, if you're in China,
right?
You're running for safety, and that probably is the most bearish part when there's nobody left to run their cash here, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, listen.
To me, I'm more scared than anything because for the last few weeks we've had a bunch of shorts thinking the market was going to go down.
Yeah.
When it went down, it probably didn't go straight down because every time it goes down, there's going to be a few shorts to stand there and go, okay, I'll take some at this level.
Sure.
At this level. Now the problem is now, I want to meet the last short that was able to hold through this. I mean, the guys that have big funds, like that are big guys, probably did it. But there are not probably a lot of small or retail traders that are still short today going into the end of the close. You'd have to have you'd have to have a very specialized stock that you didn't go ahead and cover over the last 100 points straight move up.
Well, there's plenty of individual stocks.
Right. But I'm saying they're pretty far.
Google's down, Amazon's down, Exxon's down. I mean, you can
I can look at Apple and say, okay, why wasn't Apple up 119 today?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Apple's going to be in trouble here. It looks like it's in trouble already.
Yeah, close to
that. Apple couldn't move yesterday either. The dollar, though, what you do have with the dollar, there is no doubt that it's king dollar again. And the real key is this just a break, taking a break before it wants a higher price? Because what is intriguing is this: is that when Andy Hecht and myself were on, he was speculating that maybe I don't think he was speculating. I think someone else was saying that they thought the Russians may have been sort of selling gold. On the Russian website. Now I know. Let's picture that we discount the last 2 months, okay?
Right.
Prior to that, the Russians have been buying gold every month, and they said that they ended up buying another 800,000 ounces this month. They went from, but you don't know. I mean,
I do know one thing, and that is we don't talk about it much, but Bitcoin has been being used, and Putin really has gone after them the last few months because that's the way that they've been moving money out of the country.
Okay.
They've been buying things on Bitcoin, selling them for whatever they can get in dollars.
That makes sense.
And making sure that the cash either goes through somebody else and then basically laundering it back out through the country through Bitcoins and selling it. And Bitcoin hadn't been going up. I think it's 319 or something right now. But it's been fairly stable. And I think that there's kind of some decent commerce going in there. It's kind of the last way to get cash out of a country like China or Russia.
I've been looking at Bitcoin for the last couple of months. I think I'm going to wrap my head around it.
I think it's interesting, but the Silicon Valley has about 4 startups that are looking at ways of going in there and being compliant with the government regulations. Right, so they're going to go through and they're going to grease the palms of Congress and make sure that it is a officially sanctioned kind of Bitcoin digital currency, right? And to me, that sounds like
it is already.
What, Bitcoin?
Sure.
No.
Well, what do you mean by sanctioned? You actually think that Congress can get together and sanction something?
I think that the banking people out there can call it money laundering anytime they want and take it all, and they have.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of these things, like the guy that got busted for Silk Road, they took all his Bitcoins and sold them just this week.
Oh, no, I know that.
So,
but that was a drug deal. I mean, that's
but there's been other things where people have had like coin laundries, and they've taken hundreds of thousands of dollars out of them because they've been depositing cash. They say it violates the law. They've been pretty visible on TV over the last few months.
So, folks, if you're growing up in this great country, as Dave just brought up the coin laundries, and if you don't know this, they are the best cash cows there are. There's no doubt about
that.
it.
And
I don't know if
car washes and stuff like that
anymore. I mean, when we were kids, that was it. You owned the laundry. Forget it, man. You weren't laundering money. You were putting cash away. Hey, you know what the good thing is, folks, is that the IRS is going to have less people working for it.
Yeah.
Dave White, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there. We're coming right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Check out the new look of Tiger TV. Now you can see all hosts, charts, and computer screens live in high definition. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV. Now, crystal clear in high definition, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't seen the new look of Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dave White, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling a problem with us out here for the week. Dow, today the Dow finished out up 26, NASDAQ up 16, S&P's up 6, and there was juice. We had quad witching. There was juice in all the indices. We did big numbers, 1.8 billion on the NYSE and 2.8 on the NASDAQ. So I suspect next week you're going to get those highs tested, man.
Well, it's going to be a light week.
Yeah.
We got options roll over Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
Where they're going to set up a lot of stuff. So you're probably going to have some up and down volatility. If you're going to have some movement, I would suspect it'd be after Christmas, don't you think?
Yeah.
Don't you think it's kind of flat Monday and Tuesday?
I'm looking for the first of the year. Yeah. As far as I can see.
Even if Christmas would be after Christmas would be the earliest. Anyway.
Yeah. They could push it around and it'll stay near the highs. I mean, that's all I can picture. Do you know what I mean? So. First of the year, different ball game.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm thinking, I've gone back and done a lot of research.
Yes.
And I'm looking at 2000 as kind of a model when we walked in and started seeing some of the selling. And I even went back to 1907.
Okay.
and it doesn't look that much different. Where we had a lot of people piling in at the very end, and then you came into 1907, and you had the earthquake, and it really everything started to ripple out after then. Of course, then I was bringing it up on my show today. There were 200 stocks, and every single one of them had to do with steel or rails or moving something with steel and rails. I mean,
how about
building cars with steel?
How about the spread on the stocks, right? Folks, if you go back, this is even in the 1930s, the spread between the buy and the sell on many stocks was almost $3 to $4.
Yeah.
$3 to $4.
And I was even looking at it today because I was trying to figure out, watching the tape on a couple of things, because I thought maybe I'd get one White Lightning play in.
Yeah.
It did well earlier in the week.
Right.
But what really hit me today was the difference between the markets in 2000, where you had to have the uptick, compared to now, where there is no uptick. And you just see the computers run 25 cents up and down and 25 cents up and down, and just flailing around, that you would never have because you had to have the uptick rule to short on the other side.
That's right. That's right.
So
and for you folks that didn't know what the uptick rule was, is that in order to go short a stock, bottom line, it had to be ticking up versus down. So in that point, we were trading in 8ths and 16ths, and that's how it works. So let's say a stock was 8 in the 16th. Well, what you would have had is that it had gone 8 1/8 in order to sell it off.
So when we were sitting around, I can remember many a day waiting for a stock just to tick up a quarter so you could sell it and take your cash, because if not, you were stuck paying whatever the $20 commission was on the trade. You actually ate it, even if you sold it at the same price you sold it. You were out $40, right? So...
Well, most of the time they wouldn't fire off, right? I mean, they just didn't fire off.
They back off on back off on, which I saw in the options market this week.
Okay.
When we were going up, those option guys, the value of the call had to be $3.
Okay.
And they were the only thing sitting out there was $1.60 for the bid, and I'm going, okay. And I told
they didn't want to buy anything back. Yeah.
I told my customers when I said, now we're going to go here, and if you don't get at least $3 for this, call up your broker and fire and execute it and stick it to them and make them pay you at least the $3.
Okay.
And or short the stock and wait until these guys come back, because eventually it will come back in line. They may stay out of it for an hour, but you can box the trade back in by just shorting the other side of it.
Right.
If they're not going to move. And that went on for about 3-4 hours, and then they finally did come back. But there was some shenanigans out here this week in that fast-moving market.
Oh, listen, what happens, folks, is this. Any fast-moving market, supposedly the NYSE is supposed to stay behind the bidding office on a continual basis. They don't, folks. They don't, they haven't, they won't, all of the above. The only time that things are cool is that when things go up. When things go down, everyone runs.
When back in the, what is it, 1987, I think it was famous for everybody not answering the phones at the poll.
Right.
And today it's all electronic, but they still can stay back.
Yeah, well, they just hit a button.
Just hit a button now.
So IPO euphoria.
Right. Well, we've far exceeded 2,000 in the land of IPOs this year.
Okay.
About 85% of them, of the money raised, was all in these giant tech IPOs that have yet to probably reach their valuations. But this is a year where even last week we had 273. I think we ended up with 285 by the end of this week. But to me, it is yet another warning sign that the easy money is way too easy. When I look at stocks like GoPro, and it's way back off the highs, you've got IPO lockup on the 23rd.
Right.
There's more than enough of these IPO stocks that went to the heavens and are back to their IPO price.
There are. And that what also you have happening there, they're back, and as Dave just said, the lockup, it's coming due on GoPro the 23rd of this month. That means more shares are on the marketplace.
120 million shares.
More supply.
Right.
More supply, so who's going to sop up that demand? That's what it comes down to.
Right. And
did you see that IPO today, Juno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting stock.
They do
some very neat stuff.
It blows my mind what they can do. Genetic DNA that attacks cancer cells. That is so cool, man.
Well, remember, probably it was 2001 or 2002 that the stem cell stocks were all...
Yeah.
They were promising all this stuff back then, right?
Yes.
And the reality is that development of these kind of things takes a lot longer.
Right.
But a lot of what we saw back then, all the cash going into it, you kind of want to stay back from a lot of these stocks because there's a lot of hype. I'm not talking about this particular stock,
right.
But when everybody's yelling stem cell stocks, probably a good time to be very careful about which way you're going. Almost all of those went back down all the way to zero. But a lot of that initial research took years to percolate up and through, and now we're seeing the actual results in some of these companies that are going public today.
And as one of the targets said, he had heard someone that there's over 100 IPO biotechs with zero sales. That's normal, though. That's normal in the biotech business.
Right, because those are development stocks.
Right.
But I don't understand why you would buy a stock knowing that they were going to have... I heard you talk about one of your gold company stocks that may have a secondary.
Right.
If you know that they're going to have to come back for cash, why would you buy it?
Well, you don't know.
Well, I think you do in these biotechs because they didn't raise near enough money.
Well, the way you do know, folks, if you have a stock that does a shelf offering, those are the ones you have to watch out for.
Right.
Because what happens with a shelf offering is they'll put the shelf offering up there, and what that specifically would mean is that if Dave and I had a company, we say, okay, we're going to put up on the shelf that we can sell 20 million shares, period. So you file it, it's on the shelf, guess what? Any single day we can come out and say, okay, that's it, we're selling it today, it's out today, and what ends up happening...
everybody's diluted.
Everyone's diluted immediately, and the seller of the stock, and that's the broker-dealer of the stock, immediately is going to go short the stock.
Right.
That's what they do, folks. They know what the price is. So picture the price is 24, and they know the IPO is going to go at 22. They short the stock immediately at 24. They just cover the other side. They make money more than one way, okay? And they sell right into it.
You would think, though, the company you were talking about...
Right.
In the...
Gray Panther, right.
Yeah. If the guy knows that he's doing a secondary, he's probably not buying 400,000 shares of his own stock.
No, that's right. That's right. He bought
so that would be the only reason.
No, I know. Unreal. Dave White, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. And don't forget, folks, if you would like to get the gold report, this is the last weekend for the special. You can get 60 editions for $600. That's half price. You also get the Art of Timing the Trade, your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. That's my best-selling book. That's an $88 value. Get it free. Front page of TFNN. Dave and I come right back.
TFNN has just announced a special sale for the Gold Report for a limited time only. To celebrate the 660th weekly issue of Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, that's more than 12 years, TFNN is having a special one-time sale. Right now, you can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report. That's 14 months for only $600. We're offering Tom O'Brien's dynamic weekly newsletter at only $10 a week, half off the regular monthly price. By taking advantage of this special offer, you also get a signed copy of Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, an $88 value. The Gold Report is published every Tuesday and provides subscribers with Tom O'Brien's expert commentary on the industry, as well as detailed information on a variety of mining equities. This offer is valid for current or new subscribers, but is only good through this week and ends this Sunday, December 21st. Lock in the low rate of only $10 a week for the Gold Report by placing your order at the front page of TFNN.com today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dave White, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. And don't forget, folks, every trading day, Dave has an outstanding show right here at TFNN, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Also has 2 great newsletters. Now, the way you can get them, come over to our website at TFNN, go into newsletters, and you can go into the trading newsletter. And the trading newsletter, where you're going to get the path of least resistance,
right.
30 days, absolutely free. If you want to go the investment route, you can go to the investment route, and you can get the, the Tech Insider, 30 days, absolutely free. And bottom line is that you can go both long and short, meaning, time-wise.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the iWatch.
Right. Steve Wozniak, which was one of the founders of Apple, came out this week and it basically, I think, giving a better balanced view of what wearables are going to be like.
Okay.
And I think there was a lot of hysteria when Apple showed its iWatch and everybody was claiming everybody would buy one. I still have a problem wondering why I would wear one. If I've got a phone in my pocket, there has to be a compelling application what they call a killer app in technology, right?
Sure.
To really drive it. And I have yet to see the really killer application of why I would have one on my wrist.
You know what it would have to be?
What's
It would have to
that?
be like a laser. So
Yeah.
you're walking down the street, you have your iWatch, bottom line, it can, do a lot of things. But guess what? If you get in trouble,
There's a lot of one.
like that, like Superwoman, remember? Yeah, right.
Deflect bullets. There
Yeah.
has to be a killer application, and maybe there is something out there, but I'm still, I think he is, when you read the article, and other people the same thing, and that is, what is the killer application for having this? We understood what it was in the iPhone.
Yes.
Now this one's a much harder sell.
It is.
And we talked last week about the amount of parts they ordered. They're saying that they're going to push
4 million, that's it, right?
60 million iPhones at less than half the price, at $350. Is this really going to move the needle? And
No.
when you're a company so as large as Apple,
Right.
you have to move the needle with everything. It's unfortunately that you're at such a high level, you
I know.
can't just kind of have a ground rule double, right?
No.
You got to have home runs.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting, his interview out this week.
This slide here is intense. So this says cyber dust. This
Right.
message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Well, that was what used to happen on Impossible Mission, remember?
Yeah, right, Mission Impossible.
Mr. Phelps, if you decide not to take this mission, this, and the little smoke would come out of the tape recorder, which was always kind of funky. But, yeah. Now, Mark Cuban's been pushing this company for a while, and it's
Okay.
called Cyberdust. There's 2 or 3 other startups that are just like this. But with all the hacking going on this week and the Sony emails coming out, making people look a little less than wonderful,
Sure.
these apps are all apps that exist on either iPhones and or Androids. Now, Mark Cuban showed just how easy it was, even on some of the apps that exist today, to defeat these apps that instantly delete the messages.
Okay.
That never exist on anybody's servers and are instantly deleted. And he has a new way of doing it that you can't take a picture of it and you can't do anything with it. So if you had another phone next to it and took a quick picture of the message,
Yeah.
you could, basically he's got something out there that looks at the camera and the camera sees any light, then it deletes it or
Really?
changes the message or makes it hard to copy. They've got a lot of different stuff they're working on.
Now, how does 5 seconds seems like it's like...
No, it's 30 seconds for his. It was 5 seconds for the Impossible Mission team, right?
So you'd read it.
Right.
You have only 30 seconds to read it? Is that
Yeah, when you first hit the button,
you have 30 seconds to read it, right?
Yeah, it shows on the screen for 30 seconds.
And then it's gone.
And then it's gone. But they're using, like when you go in and take the colorblind test at the DMV,
Yes.
and you have to kind of see inside of
Yeah,
it.
right.
They make it kind of like that so you can read it, but it's going to be real tough if you take a photograph of it
Okay.
to see anybody else and see the message.
I see.
And it's encoded and it's de-encoded and it's good for 30 seconds and boom, it's gone. Now, probably the most interesting thing is that you never found what Mark Cuban's paid on Shark Tank, because as soon as he signed up for this deal,
Yeah.
he sent them a phone with his version on there and wouldn't discuss anything unless it went through this. So any emails before he bought this company and bought the startup.
And Cuban bought this company?
Right. It was one of the Shark Tank deal things that was a spinoff. But you don't find what he's paid, but you find what everybody else is paid, because he's the only one that forced everybody into going through his app. So there is no trail out there showing what he got paid or the negotiations or what.
For the Cyberdust company. I'm trying to...
No, for what he was going to get paid for going back on Shark Tank for another year.
Oh, really?
He forced those guys to negotiate through his own app that deleted everything. So it's the only thing in Sony that didn't get through all the emails.
That's amazing.
So pretty smart guy, used his own product.
So cool.
Yeah. So pretty sharp guy, right?
Wow.
So,
So can everyone get Cyberdust?
I think you can download it, but there's a newer version coming out that will even then bypass a problem with Apple's iOS. And
Now, you need it on both sides, right?
correct.
Okay.
You've got to have people on both of them.
So let's say you and I, right? That you'd probably want to use it, right? And but the other person that you're texting back and forth has to agree to use it, right?
Correct.
And then if they didn't, then you just don't return their phone calls if that's what you want to use.
Right.
Basically, yeah, I get it. Okay,
if you
cool.
don't want them,
that's cool.
If you don't want them recording your conversations, if you don't want them sending your emails out and trying to embarrass you, it's
cool.
It's a secure way, and basically the military's been using these kind of technologies for a while.
Sense.
So it is interesting. Probably a bigger issue than the Sony hack, which is making all the news, is something that's gotten buried. Now, there's a company called Icon. It basically is the back structure for the entire internet. It's a nonprofit that basically the U.S. runs, but it's now going to be handing off that responsibility to more countries and sharing it a little bit more. We kind of hogged it for all these years.
Right.
Not a bad idea because we ran it correctly. But what they have been able to do is hack it repeatedly. This is like being able to go and pull the plug out of the internet at any one spot, because when you type in TFNN.com, it actually turns into a number like 168.5.2.1. And those are called domain name registrations. And there's a DNS system that handles this all. But it takes names, it turns them into numbers, and that's how the internet knows where to go, which server, by that number, not by the name.
Exactly.
Now, this company basically sets the highest level domains. So by changing something in there, they could actually have the U.S., the entire U.S., off the internet system for a day until it repopulated back through the system and they fixed it. So
because folks, if you run a company, or you have a domain name, if you change servers, which we've done a few different times, because as we keep growing, we need different servers to run what we have. This time we should be all right because they're load balancing everywhere. But the bottom line is that when you do that, it takes a good 24, 36 hours for the new service to pick you up, as you go along.
And those are DNS systems around the country. But this is the top.
The world.
This is the top line one that gives them their numbers. So if you cut them off, it's just like going up and taking a cord out of the wall and the entire internet system goes down. To me, this is much more dangerous, and my guess is that we have seen the fingers of China and North Korea on this more than, and maybe Russians more than this, than anything. And just imagine what would electronic commerce be if you couldn't watch the Tom O'Brien show with me, your favorite host, on Friday afternoons.
The bottom line, folks, is that make sure that you get cash out of the ATMs and always have cash on you. No joking
We're
about
not
that.
Savages. We need this show every Friday afternoon.
The difference, Pawnee, this is Palo Alto and FireEye.
FireEye, right. Now, one of the other things I wanted to bring up, because I brought it up on my show a few times, but I still get questions about it on email. Everybody's, and this is going to be a hot sector now, everybody thinks that these companies are the same, but I want to take you back to just basic security. And if you were on military bases, which I knew you were because you were in it, it doesn't just, there isn't just one ring of
security,
Yeah. There's several rings, and you have to get through each one, and each one is higher.
That's right.
Okay. Now, the Palo Alto Networks is great, but basically they are the giant moat outside a castle. If you get past the moat, then you're inside, and you just slowly scale the wall. Okay. Now,
FireEye is not like that, huh?
FireEye is the inner ring that's probably standing next to the king with his hands on the shoulders saying, I hear noise outside and there's people yelling and screaming. It's probably time to get to your safe room.
I was wondering what the difference is, because most analysts keep saying that Palo Alto is the better company.
Right. They're different. Okay. If you want to set up your security on the firewall side, then it's Palo Alto Networks. If you want to find out that people are rooting around in your network and already passed your security, then you look at something like FireEye. And it had a huge day. I think it was up 250 today. And you want to know what's different. Now, the problem I have, we're going to go to break here. The problem I have is almost every company is got that moat heavily defended. And inside, once you make it past that moat, you're free to run.
The candy store is open.
Once you get past that first wave, they need multiple layers of security.
This security deal is a big deal, man. It's amazing. Dave White, Tom O'Brien, all you tigers and tigresses, you stay right there. We'll come right back, folks.
platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Each and every time that the dollar ticks higher, S&P wants higher price. Each and every time that the dollar's ticking lower, guess what? S&P wants lower price. Dollar, the metals, and the S&P are going tick for tick.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dave White, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We are looking at one of the slides Dave has up on TV. It's the Tech Insider. Of course, that's his newsletter. You can get that absolutely free. Test drive at 30 days. The way you do it, you go to TFNN, go to newsletters, go to investment newsletters, Tech Insiders right there. We're looking at Tesla Quick Swap.
Right. Now, they are basically coming out with new charging stations, and the new charging stations have a little kind of, like when you go to the the 10-minute oil change, there's a little pit underneath it where the guys can work on your car and drain the oil.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I've seen the ads for them, yeah.
Right, but when you go in there, there's a pit. You drive over the pit, the guy's down underneath it.
Yeah.
This is the same kind of thing, but they're going to basically take the battery out of your car and plug a brand new one in it. They say they're going to do this in a couple of minutes. Therefore, you won't have the same problem that you had before, which is you're waiting for 2.5 or 3 or 4 hours to charge the battery up. At the same time, they can charge it at a lower rate, which will make the batteries last a little longer.
I see.
The question,
now, does this come along with the car? Is that how that works? There's going to be some kind of fee. There's always fees.
Well, I don't know exactly what it's going to be or what it's going to cost. They're going to open them next week, but I talked about the fuel cell cars coming out from Toyota next year.
Sure.
And their big advantage is that you can recharge, basically fill them 400 and some odd mile range in about 3-4 minutes.
Nice.
So I have a feeling that the one huge problem with Tesla is that charging time. They're, I guess, going to try to mitigate the downside to that. We were talking during the break. To me, the biggest downside is the price of crude and how long it takes to get it back. In Ford, I've been talking about it for a while.
Aluminum, right?
Their new aluminum F-150 Ford trucks are going to cost you about $3,300 more than the Ford truck of a year ago or a Chevy or a Dodge for the same thing. So how long does that take you to get back at $2.50, or actually $2.39 a gallon when I came to work today?
Yes.
The answer is about 8 to 9 years in average driving. So are you willing to pay up that money up forward plus all the interest on that $3,000? So that's probably going to be $4,500.
Right.
To make it back over 10 years. And that is why if you have a lot of cash, probably not a big deal if you're buying a Tesla, as electronic vehicles go by, if you're going to buy a $30,000 car, and it still takes you another 8 years to make the money back, and it's now a $40,000 electric vehicle for the same BMW 3 Series you could have bought at $30,000. Right. Now you're paying $15,000 because of the interest on the car loan and everything else. Just how great are those cars at this level? Everybody always has a conspiracy theory with the Saudis dropping the cost when any of these things come up. But the reality of it is, I think that all these alternative fuel cars have a real problem until they can get back to some kind of par at the beginning of their thing. And that's where I think maybe the Toyota may have a little bit better idea. It's going to be about a $5,000 premium to get their fuel cell car over a regular car that had a regular engine in it. But that's only $5,000. It's about $25,000 to get the battery packs that'll give you 250 miles. So it's still very expensive upfront costs, plus any interest on that loan throughout the loan by the time you pay it off. So it is a very expensive deal.
Well, yeah, no, I'm with you there. I guess what it depends on is that the people that are buying it, are they buying it because they want a cleaner environment? Are they buying it for energy? Are they buying it because they like the looks of it? You know, I mean, there's a lot of different dynamics. Yes, it's gorgeous.
It's a neat car.
There's a lot of different dynamics there, you know.
But you basically whittled it down. You're at very affluent people that are very conscious of the environment and what percentage of that market is there, especially when you go down market, where $10,000 really makes a difference between a $30,000 and a $40,000 car.
And if people are traveling a long period, I think that they'll probably still try to save as much money as they can, because that's a big chunk of their pay. Do you know what I mean? It really is. So ultra-high TVs.
Are they worth it?
Well, let me tell me, because I'm close to getting another one.
I went out and looked at a bunch of them over the last couple of weeks.
This is the 4Ks we're talking about, right? Yeah.
And here's the issue. The electronics still aren't fast enough to decode the high-resolution 4K video when there's fast-moving objects.
Okay.
If you walk into a Best Buy, you're going to see these gorgeous individual pictures.
Right.
You don't see a lot of movement in football play.
Right.
Watch that, and you see that it drops right back down to 1K resolution, what you have now. Now, I checked some of the chip manufacturers. They're going to make faster chips to decode higher resolution video, and they're probably at least 1 year away and maybe 2. So I'm going to say that if you buy something now and you're watching high resolution movies, you're basically, unless you're looking at individual still pictures, it's probably not worth buying one yet.
You know, it's amazing. So I'm a plasma person, okay? And what happens, folks, is that if you go into Best Buy, this is kind of neat to do, and I think the Best Buy around here, they changed where the plasma was just because of it.
Yeah.
Because what happens with a plasma is that, you know, you can look at it from sideways and you can see it. It's nice. And that makes a huge difference to me, because whether I'm cooking or in the house or outside, you know, I don't want to have to be right in front of the TV. Do you know what I mean? And I never realized that until a few years ago, what the actual difference was. So the last time I went to Best Buy, they had the 4Ks, and I can see the color. The color is extraordinary. There's no doubt about it. But like when I looked at the side, you couldn't see anything. I mean, you know, so that's pretty intense in general.
Except plasmas aren't going to be made anymore, so you're you're stuck.
That's why I better. Well, no, there's Sony's still going. No, Samsung's still going broke on them. I had a Pioneer. They went broke on them. Then I get a Samsung right now, and I'm getting another Samsung. So they are. That's because
they're not going to make them any longer.
Because they lose too much money making them.
That is one part, but two, you can't ship them. If you ship them in the air, they'll blow up. So you have about 5,000 feet. So if you go to Colorado and try to use them, they don't work so well, and sometimes they'll break.
Interesting too, because even when you put them, you got to be very careful. You don't put your fingers on the screen, right?
Right.
Yeah. So Micron and SanDisk. Early December contract prices for NAND, flash memory stayed flat or dropped by 2% in the first half of December. Prices are set to continue sliding in the first quarter of 2015.
Yep. Looks like this is the first crack in prices for memory for the last basically 2 years. And there's probably a couple of reasons for it. I would suspect that Apple bought a lot of product to make sure that they had what they needed to use for these, and that really kept the prices up for the last 6 months. Now that they've satiated probably the initial demand for a lot of that, plus the Christmas demand and all the memory
and chips are a vicious commodity.
Or a vicious commodity.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this thing's going to fall over dead,
right?
But we probably are very close to a at least 6-month high in this. Now, I know we're going to break. Samsung's opening their big factory to go up against these two in midsummer, so watch out.
Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it, step into it, take ownership of it, fly with it. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Dave.
You bet.
Go get them, folks. Quick.
Check out the new look of Tiger TV. Now you can see all hosts, charts, and computer screens live in high definition. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV. Now, crystal clear in high definition, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't seen the new look of Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.